welcome to episode 783 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, September 30th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will to talk to you today about the Dollar Tree and sex, heavenly sex.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds divine.
Nice.
Some international stories. Where we going internationally, Pat?
I mean, mostly Korea.
Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of time in Korea. And then whatever else we stumble upon. Most importantly, though, trivia this Friday for the Send in the Car tier on patreon.com/hardfactor. Those are very fun trivia nights. So next one is this Friday, October 1st. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, right, guys?
Correct, Amundo.
right.
I'll be making a post on Patreon today to give you the full deets if anyone has any questions. So.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. I don't have anything else.
I would do trivia every Friday night with this setup. I would. It's so good.
It is fun.
It's fun.
It is very.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a great time. You should join. Come get it. Come get it in. You could have like a real funny. You could come with a real quippy, funny team name and just bring the house down.
That's true.
You know.
And then you're just king of the night, queen of the night. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an icebreaker. All right.
It's true. I mean, he's right.
Yeah. Anything else, fellas?
No, my favorite team name was the name we came up with R.I.P. Biz Marquis. He died that day, and we were Quiz Marquis, I think.
I liked Van Going Down because
When
Wes
Wes
was
went.
at a Van Gogh exhibit.
Yeah. And then they asked a Van Gogh question, and I got that wrong. Everyone else, or my team got that wrong. They're like, which painter did this? And it was
You got
obviously
the last
Van Gogh.
laugh in the end, though, because
That's
you
true.
defeated Van Going Down.
The last time I played trivia was in like a wing bar. I think you guys might have been there. And one of the
Yes.
questions was, what's one of the biggest turnoffs for women when it comes to men? And the number one answer was them having a kid. And I was like, ugh, I hate trivia.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
That's awesome. Why did?
It's like, fuck.
Was your
fuck
son
you.
there with you?
Because you
too?
could.
I think
relate,
he
but
might
on
have
the other
been.
end? Yeah. Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yeah.
It left a bad taste in my mouth.
Don't tell him to check. Check, please.
Yeah. Take another Bud Light, large.
Yeah. Single. That's a check for one. A lot of couples here, not me.
That's right.
1.5. Me and my
Yeah.
little son here.
Yeah.
He got the chicken, the kids tenders. What is this? Full price? Come on.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
are you going to be on this Friday or no?
I think I might be because my engagement session emailed me and was like, I might have COVID. Don't know if you want to go. So I'm pretty
wow.
sure that I might be able to be on.
Fuck that. If they're
Yeah,
going to
look at
email
that.
you that, then
That's
no,
a lot
you don't
more
wanna
fun
go. Yeah.
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 than a photo shoot.
So
Yeah. Go get COVID or join the trivia.
There we go.
Oh, it's close. Close call.
There we go. One last thing before we do the news. Tiz clock got a little black light for Tiz back there. Tiz clock looking good. Store.hardfactor.com.
he's
Rage
raving.
Tiz clock.
It's the color he would want.
Yeah, black light for sure.
Yeah.
He's partying.
Says his black light would show a lot of things.
Yeah.
Black light in the Tiz room. Holy moly.
We were talking about edging before. You think Tiz could edge? I don't think so.
Ain't no way.
No way. You want to laugh there, Pat? What you doing? What's going on there, Pat? Holding in?
Oh, I'm just yeah.
You just ready to do the news, Pat?
Just picture
No,
Tiz,
I'm just-
edging himself.
I'm enjoying myself over here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. All right, let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, a fun fact. This one submitted by listener John Stanley, and it's a good one. On average, 14 people are molested by dolphins every year. So, been talking a lot about orcas, which are actually just large dolphins. Turns out that the small dolphins molest people.
I believe it. I bet that number's low.
What's this?
yeah.
What's the source on that?
Don't know. That was it. Was in
The
Instagram.
source is 14 people.
An Instagram meme was the source.
There's 14 sources, Pat.
We believe you.
There's many more than that.
Yeah, remember the story of the woman that jerked off the dolphin for like 5 years straight? She worked for like National Geographic, and she had a on-site thing in the 70s, the same decade the photographer male was fucking a dolphin. She was jerking off a dolphin because he kept swimming up to her, laying on his back and like humping her with his erection. So
Sexual being.
She jerked him off because he was shoving his cock in her face.
I know what people are trying to do here. They're trying to push me off orcas and porpoises, but it's just not going to work. In fact, I think I might like dolphins even more now. They are horny.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Seems like some people are doing this on porpoise, Will. Come on.
All right.
Might want to get your lady a pregnancy test after that joke, Mark.
Yeah, dad joke.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Loved it. Loved every second of it. All right. September 30th, holidays. A lot of them. Ask a Stupid Question Day, Blasphemy Day, Chewing Gum Day, Extra Virgin Olive Oil Day, International Podcast Day. Hey, way to go, fellas. We did it. International Podcast Day, International Translation Day, National Hot Mulled Cider Day, National Love People Day, National
Cephaly.
Doesn't sound like something you want.
Oh, wait, no. That sounds horrible. National Mud Pack Day. That also sounds bad. National Mulled Cider Day again. Okay.
Oh, hot and cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
both ways, both preparations. Time for Yoga and Thunderbirds Day. Preparathon Day as well.
Microcephaly is when a baby's head is much smaller than it's supposed to be.
oh boy.
Okay. It was as bad as it sounded.
Yeah.
Let's move on to September 30th in history.
We call that ugly in my family.
Yeah.
It's a
Call that
fancy word for ugly.
A smooth birth.
We call that Beetlejuice kid.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the head shrinker in Beetlejuice?
Yeah. That guy's hilarious. Moving on to September 30th in history. In 1927, Babe Ruth became the first player to hit 60 home runs in a single season. Record stood until 1961 when Roger Maris hit 61 home runs.
All while eating hot dogs and drinking beers.
And pitching sometimes, probably.
Smoking cigars, yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah.
There's rumor that Babe Ruth was also a Melungeon.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
A what?
Melungeon?
Melungeon.
Mixed
From,
race.
yeah, from like it's like South African descent, I believe. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Same with Abe Lincoln. Yeah.
I've heard that rumor for sure.
It's
mixed
tied
race.
back to the Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nice. All right. Then 1938, September 30th, the notorious Munich agreements, where Neville Chamberlain of Britain encouraged Britain and France to appease Adolf Hitler and give him what he wanted in hopes of preventing World War II. Just turned out he just, kind of just gave Hitler whatever he wanted, and Hitler still did World War II anyways. So Neville Chamberlain, kind of just an idiot.
It's weird. That's what happens when you give evil dictator bastards everything they want. They tend to take even more.
Oh, I think he's a good chap, that Adolf there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Hey. All right, way to go, Neville. September 30th every year, everybody remembers how dumb you were. Okay, there's three good ones between 1954 and 1965. In 1954, the USS Nautilus, the first nuclear-powered vessel, was commissioned by the U.S. Navy. Pretty badass. In 1955, a big one, James Dean, died very young on September 30th. And then in 1965, a group of Indonesian conspirators known as the September 30th Movement, they committed a coup where they kidnapped and murdered 6 army generals, all like in the same night. And they said they did it to stop. Well, they said they did it to stop an impending coup. So they pre-couped the coup.
Oh,
So
That sounds like bullshit.
it is.
sounds like, yeah. I mean, they wanted some generals out of the way.
Yeah.
They made it happen for whatever reason.
Was there a
They
coup
wrote
though?
this- yeah, exactly. They wrote
No,
this note.
they said they staved off the coup, but there would have been had they not slaughtered those people in the night.
We
My
found
elbow.
this note under their bloody bodies. They were going to coup. Look,
Mhm.
they left a coup admission note.
Something like that. I think
Yeah,
that's how
okay.
it went. All right. Let's move it on to the trending news. Honorable mentions. The House House of Representatives is scheduled to vote on the infrastructure bill today, and progressives are threatening to tank it unless Manchin backs down and accepts the full $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation package. But also some conservatives want to tank it because it's a spending bill, and that's just all it takes for them.
So the 1 trillion might not get passed now.
Right. So that's the only thing that
So
got through the
nothing.
Senate, and that might get tanked because people are pissed at the Senate.
And they might go on lockdown and with nothing.
Right. Here's that part, Mark, coming up next. Also, the debt limit suspension bill is headed to the Senate, where it's expected to fail as well. So it's just like a complete standoff, and we'll see how the cookie crumbles, Mark, because you're right. DC needs to reach an agreement today, Thursday, on how to raise the debt limit or face a lapse in government funding that will trigger a shutdown beginning at the end of this week.
Okay. Well, I need you to dial in for me here because this is important. So the infrastructure bill, right? The first one, right? Very important. The second one also important, but the first one has to get passed.
Not an infrastructure bill; it's a budget reconciliation package.
But it's being tagged on to the infrastructure bill, right?
No, they're two separate things.
Okay.
Infrastructure bill already passed the Senate. Now it just needs to pass the House to get approval
Which
from
should
Joe.
be
Finally,
easier
They
because
got to pass that bill.
you'd think
but they're threatening to tank it because they're like,
Congress
if we
is
can't
so
have our
bad, yeah.
$3.5 trillion, then you
Congress is
can't
so
have
bad,
your
it-
infrastructure.
It doesn't matter who's in charge. It doesn't matter which party has a majority, if a supermajority. They manage to fuck it up
Oh, almost every time.
every time.
60% of the time, they fuck it up every time.
Congress is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what's happened. Total standoff. Like I said, we'll see what happens today because they have to do something. Something will happen, or a shutdown will start being triggered. So
let's look up Congress's approval rating sometime soon. Last year it was like 19%.
oh, I'm sure it's down in the toilet with Joe right now. Everybody, DC in general, has got real low approval
Let's
ratings.
wait till Monday. Let's wait till the lockdown if they don't get anything passed and see what their approval rating is next week.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Also, Manny Pacquiao's campaign and Daniel, an autistic kid who Twitter wished a happy birthday, were other notable trends from Wednesday. Number 3, sports. Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, scored in the UEFA Champions League to win on basically like a walk-off goal. And then he ripped his shirt off so fast, it was incredible. I mean, this thing was off. He was flexing for the
Jesus,
stands.
he's still so jacked.
So
my
ripped.
What the fuck?
Just he scores his walk-off goal. It's 1-1. Scores an amazing goal to walk off 2-1. Rips the shirt off. It was an incredible moment.
I don't care how straight you are. That guy pops his shirt off and you get a little confused.
He is he's a specimen. as
What
they
the
say.
Jesus.
He looks
Is he
like
40?
He's
man,
like close to 40, I think.
you know that illustration of like the human body without skin on it that you see in science classes that's super
Yeah.
fucking ripped. That's what he looks like except
It's just
skin.
like, it's just
on
like blood vessels. Yeah.
him. He's
Shows
so
your
ripped.
muscles. Yeah.
Muscles and blood vessels.
0% body fat.
Yeah.
All 3 goals in the Man U Villarreal game were incredible, and the Discord were on the Red Devils and the over as
Nice.
well. Cha-ching.
Cash
you know that. Cash it. Barcelona is in shambles, though. And Juventus pulled off the upset against Chelsea. Champions League is back October 19th, and it's very fun. If you want to
I
get
wonder
in.
if he's nice too, you know.
Ronaldo? He's philanthropic.
No, he's rich.
charitable.
He's philanthropic.
think
I don't know
he's
if that
probably
means
a
he's nice.
jerk. I think he's probably a jerk, but he's definitely gives his money away and signs a lot of kids stuff. You know?
Right. He gives a charity, but
Yeah.
you don't know if that means anything.
It's like
in
Jamie Tart.
Jamie. Oh, your Ted Lasso reference.
He does. Yeah. Kind of give off, but yeah. Again,
Maybe.
who knows?
He's a lot more accomplished than Jamie Tart, though. If Jamie Tart, imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
If you're a kid with cancer and you ask for his, video cameo thing, he's gonna do it, which is nice. He's
Oh, might have to
nice.
put Ronaldo into my ExpressVPN browser tonight. I'll get back to you guys. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. I'm open to a lot of things.
With
He's a
these
little
full
days.
curious
report.
right now, huh?
yeah. Nice.
Okay.
I mean, on
Saying you're gonna
paper,
jerk off to Ronaldo.
I didn't say that.
You're edging.
Just edging.
Said I'm just gonna do some exploration.
Just edging.
Yeah.
In American football, Richard Sherman signed with the Bucks, so that's big for the Super Bowl defending champs. And we've got Thursday night football this evening between the Jags and the Bengals. So it's going to be like Burrow and Chase on the Bengals versus Lawrence on the Jags. It's kind of like a rematch of the 2019 title game.
How'd that go?
Odds, went very well for LSU. Odds are very heavy in the Bengals' favor again. Here they are. It is negative 350 for the Bengals money line, plus 290 Jaguars money line. The spread is over a touchdown, 7.5 for the Bengals. Over under set at 46. What are you guys liking?
No idea.
Not betting on that. Yeah.
Not betting it?
No.
If I can get the pool together, that's all I care about. I'm working on it.
16 leg parlays.
Working on it. 16 leg parlay. I'm going Bengals, LSU, baby.
I'm with the Bengals to cover it under 46, I think, because their defense will probably shut the Jaguars out unless something happens. Number 2, free Britney. She's definitely on the path to getting freed. An LA judge sided with her lawyer on Wednesday that Britney's father, Jamie Spears, should be suspended from her conservatorship while the entire thing in general is still being reviewed by the courts as well. So Jamie Spears off the conservatorship, Britney still getting it reviewed. Another big win for the Free Britney movement.
Let's talk about it because it's not a win necessarily. Because
why is it not?
Well, some news came out, and it's that Britney's dad, Jamie, had a recording device in her bedroom, an audio recording device.
God.
And also, an interview came out in the New York Times with a low-level person at the security firm who was hired by Jamie Spears to look after Britney, right? Their only client was
Well, they said they kicked
Jamie.
him off because he was a psycho, basically.
Oh, I think people got a little bit too close is what I think, because he was doing some seriously inappropriate stuff and some illegal stuff, specifically the recording. And then he gave Britney a cell phone, according to the security guy, and then they mirrored that iCloud account on an iPad. So he was monitoring her texts. He was really weird about dealing with men whatsoever, and he had an audio recording device in her bedroom and heard her fucking.
Damn.
This was when she was like, what, 18, 19?
Like last
No,
August.
the last 13 years is when
Yeah.
he's been doing
This
this.
is weirder than you wanting to jerk off to Ronaldo.
I didn't say that, okay?
So why is it not a legal win for having kicked off the conservatorship?
Oh, I think what's going on is Jamie stopped fighting. I think that's what's going on. Or he's kind of positioning himself as like, all right, I'll let it go, the conservatorship, because I think people kind of started figuring out, like, wait a minute, you were recording your daughter.
You want to bang your daughter
in the bedroom.
Yeah. I've always got that vibe from him.
That's
You
gross.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The low-level security guy said that he was given a thumb drive or a memory card and told to make sure, because he was the tech guy, make sure to get all the audio off this card. It's very important, very sensitive, a.k.a. Britney banging someone, dad
He
listening.
likes that. Likes
Jesus.
that audio. Yeah.
Ugh, disgusting.
Get him off there.
Jamie Lynn Spears, is that his name? Or is that her sister's name?
No,
That's
his
her
name is
sister.
Jamie, mom's name Lynn, sister named Jamie Lynn.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Well, Jamie Spears.
How long has this been going
outta
on?
here.
Just get over the conservatorship. This is like half her life now at this point.
13
16
years.
grand a month he's taking home.
Well,
13
that would keep me
years.
on the conservatorship too.
Yeah. Would you listen to your daughter banging for that much money?
16 grand a month?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
No one's putting a gun to his head. He's making the choice.
Yeah, no.
It's not part of the deal.
If you have to take his exact situation.
16 grand a month? Yeah.
He doesn't have to. That's by
All right,
choice.
roll the tape. Play the tape. All right.
Cut the
Okay.
check, roll the
See
tape.
the check.
grand. That's a nice check. All right, number 1, the cream of the crop today
The cream of the crop!
is Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree to be specific. The store with nearly 8,000 locations based out of Chesapeake, Virginia, that has offered everything for $1 since 1986. And they're finally being forced to raise prices thanks to the sky-high inflation. The store will now feature a Dollar Tree Plus section where items go for as high as $5.
That really kills the whole branding, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So they're probably eventually going to have to just make the whole store called Dollar Tree Plus because that section will just be the whole store eventually. You'd imagine.
Don't want to say this, guys, because I got a real nasty reaction last time I brought it up about the Dollar Tree stores. But they've been doing this for a long time. Okay, they've been deflating products to keep products at the cost of $1 for 15
Right, they've been
years.
cheaping them down. Yes, no, exactly. And the CEO, Michael Witinsky, Pat, he agrees with you. He said, for decades, our customers have enjoyed the thrill of the hunt for value at $1. And we remain committed to that core proposition, but many are telling us that they also want a broader product assortment when they come to the shop. So yeah, he hears what you're putting down there, Pat.
They can only offer 3 products at $1 these days.
Yeah, that all break immediately. So he's got to up the assortment. That's why it's going to be over $1 now.
I mean, for real, it was all $1. Dollar Tree may be that way. I feel like the other ones weren't, right?
No, not all of them.
Definitely
Not all
wasn't.
Right.
Because you could
family there's value, family value, or whatever dollar
there's
value.
Dollar General. I think there's Family Dollar. Yeah, like the cleaning supplies
Family
would be
Dollar's
above
not
$1.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree was definitely $1 only, and then I think there's like a 99-cent store. There's also a 5 and under store.
Right.
5 Below. Yeah.
Right. But taking it to the internet, Michael McKee says Dollar Fitty Tree. That's what they should change their name to. So
yeah.
Pour one out for $1 stores. They're all just going to be $1 plus stores.
What's a $5 foot long now? $14?
It's like $6.79.
Yeah, $12.99. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, guys. I don't know about you, but as an independent contractor and business owner, my health insurance options are pretty expensive. High deductibles. I basically used to have catastrophic health insurance in case something happened to me, like where my folks wouldn't go broke. Maybe I got a couple doctor visits a year, just awful. For many people in the U.S. concerned about the cost of health insurance, there are no good options. You either go uninsured or pay through the nose for a high deductible plan with questionable coverage, all because of a broken healthcare insurance system. It's like being stuck with an outdated cable TV plan and not knowing about Netflix. Introducing Crowd Health isn't insurance. It's a better way to pay medical expenses. Crowd Health is it's new. That's right. Crowd Health is a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system. A place where you can get simple, flexible, and affordable way to pay for health care. Being in Crowd Health community can save hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Why Crowd Health? One, it's flexible. Membership is a monthly subscription. Start or stop when it's convenient for you. It's simple. Press a button to receive virtual care anytime, anywhere. And then the membership. 100% of your monthly membership pays for actual healthcare costs, helping the whole Crowd Health community stay healthy while keeping more money in your pocket. Crowd Health is able to offer amazing prices because of its community health conscious members, but they have an amazing offer just for our listeners. Get your first 6 months for just $99 a month. That's a savings of almost 50% versus their standard pricing and a lot less than one of those crappy high deductible plans. So just go to joincrowdhealth.com/99 and enter code HARDFACTOR at sign up. That's joincrowdhealth.com/99. Promo code HARDFACTOR. Crowd Health is not a health insurance. It's a community-powered alternative. Terms and conditions may apply. All right. Guys, did you know that in 2020 there were 46 bird attack-related fatalities in the United States?
No way.
Yeah.
How many?
People fall off a cliff?
46
bird attack-related fatalities in the United States.
Wow.
Pretty staggering number.
Were they taking eyes?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, they must have. What if
Making
I told
cars crash, maybe?
Making cars crash, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What if I told you that in the 16-year period from 2005 through 2020, bird attacks contributed to the deaths of 568 Americans? These are attacks I'm talking about. Unbelievable.
So it's not like a stork dropping a baby, because I could see that happening.
No, these are attacks. There's birds that are attacking people.
That would be messy, Pat. That would be. We'd
I
hear
did
about
on
that.
accident again.
I feel like we'd hear about that.
Yeah.
That's a lot. 568 in
568 from 2005 to 2015. Now, what if I told you that in all those vicious attacks, 67% of those deaths were caused by one specific type of bird? I'm not talking wild birds. I'm talking about a specific bird that you can legally buy and keep as a pet. Wouldn't you say that bird should probably have some restrictions on it? I mean, maybe ban that type of bird.
Oh yeah,
the murder hawk. Yeah,
yeah. No, it's the
streets.
cassowary. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Will might be honest. I mean, what's even crazier is that all the birds people have as pets in the U.S., this specific bird makes up only 6.2% of the total bird population. So it contributes to 67% of the bird deaths in the U.S. I mean, yikes! You guys have any guesses on what type of bird it is? Will, I know. I think
we've done
this.
We've covered this bird before because it's killed people while we've been doing this show. The cassowary.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a picture for you. Oh no, that's not it. That's actually the cassowary, but it's actually It's the flightless pit bull because it's not a bird, it's a dog, and those weren't bird stats, those were dog stats. I tricked you. I tricked you and the listeners. I got you your dog loving minds, and then I flipped the script on you.
Because everyone agrees that bird should go, but now
now
you're
what do you think?
Actually, I don't agree either of them should go. So I'm good.
Now it's the pit bull.
Okay. Wow.
I was
totally fine with it.
About posseing up against that bird.
Right.
I was making plans in my head.
If pit bulls were that bird, they would have been outlawed a long time ago. But people are bigger dog lovers than bird lovers. Anyway, the reason I bring up these impossible to ignore stats is that Cesar Millan is back in the news. And this time he's facing some damning allegations over his beloved Pitbull Jr., pictured here, who passed away.
What a cute dog.
What a cute dog, right? Just a lovely animal. He passed away this year at the age of 15. Let me tell you, if these allegations are true, not even the best dog trainer in the world can stop a pit bull from viciously attacking another person or animal. It's game over for the it's not the breed, it's the owner kooks out there.
What allegations?
I'm going to tell you, because if it's the breed, if this is true, unless all of a sudden you don't think Cesar Millan is worth the shit as a dog trainer, let's face it, we all know Cesar is the best. He's the best there ever was and the best there ever will be. Maybe his signature move, the psh, psh, doesn't work on 120-pound vicious pit bulls. I don't know. So a lawsuit was filed against Cesar by a woman named Lydia Mattis. And let me just pull up a picture.
Hundreds of years ago, that was the command to kill. It's just built in their DNA.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the. I don't. The fucking things got fucked. Anyway, she's 19.
Show me this bitch. I don't like her already. Lydia Mattis suing my guy Cesar.
Yeah. Here she is. There she is. There's Lydia Mattis, and that's a picture of her legs. I'll get to this in a second. So what Lydia Mattis says is she's now 19. And back in the day, she was training for the Olympics as a gymnast. I don't want to get you guys excited, Pat, especially, so I won't show you any pics of the leotard at 15. Just want to take my word for it. Anyway, her mom used to work. Anyway, her mom.
Moved on. I'm on Ronaldo now.
Yeah, you're on Ronaldo now. It's true.
Real athletes.
Anyway, her mom.
Things have changed for me.
Adult athletes.
Anyway, her mom used to work for Cesar. So she's like part of the legal team or something. So one day back in 2017, her mom took Lydia to work with her, and wham, Cesar's beloved Pitbull Jr., who he took everywhere with him. Like I showed you, there's a picture of him like singing the national anthem. He's everywhere with him. Lashed onto Lydia's leg with one goal in mind.
Allegedly.
To end Lydia's well, this is fact. So to end her gymnastics career with deep bites and lacerations through her legs. And here are the bites and lacerations that they were taking pictures when she went to the ER.
Tanya Harding should have got a pit bull.
Wow, that looks like an attack that's so vicious it ended her gymnastics career.
Well,
no, it doesn't at fucking all. It looks like a couple scratches on her.
Well, listen, that's a deep bite up there in the top left.
Oh,
Nancy Kerrigan hired her like her husband's buddy.
She had some deep bruises. Her career was over.
Tanya Harding could have just hired a pit bull to get Nancy Kerrigan.
I think you guys aren't giving enough credit to dogs, right? They have like a sixth sense, and I think that if you're a dog, like the only way you can get a girl out of really pretty dangerous situation, which is gymnastics, is by ending her career, really doing her a favor.
I think even further, Pat. How old was she? 19. That's a little too old to begin with. And
she's 19 now. She was like 15 back.
No one had ever heard of her,
and she was gonna be. No, she wasn't.
I think the dog knew she wasn't.
No, according to her, she was going to be an Olympian.
No, but he saved her from faltering at the U.S. trials. Yeah.
Or Larry Nassar type. That's I was saying. He saved her from that.
Yes, there's lots of dangers to gymnastics.
You got a good point there. He might have saved her from Larry Nassar.
Yeah, this dog's a hero.
So she says even now, 4 years later, that the bite area is still numb. Of course, it ended her career. Now, in response to the lawsuit,
I would too if it was a multimillionaire's dog.
It ended her career. These pictures do not show a career-ending injury.
Well, you don't know what's going on with her leg. You're not a doctor. Look at that.
There's scratches on the.
That's a puncture wound. Look at the top left.
Yeah, it bit her, man.
It got her tendons. It got her tendons. She couldn't do back handsprings anymore.
Is there anything you were doing at 15 that you would refer to as your career today? I mean,
no. Did it snap the tendons?
No, it wasn't even the tendons. They healed. It was just when she started to go to back handsprings, she just pictured a pit bull behind her.
She thought about a pit bull.
Yeah, exactly.
Broke her concentration. Anyway, in response to the lawsuit, Cesar's reps and lawyers put out this statement saying, quote, "The incident occurred over 4 years ago," so they're admitting it. 2 weeks weeks ago, Miss Mattis's counsel sent a letter demanding that Mr. Millan pay her $850,000 or she'd be going to the press. Mr. Millan refused to this threat.
This is a money grab.
This
Yeah, her
interview is the
lost
result.
earnings in the fucking
this is
high-paying
gymnastics
sports
earnings.
gymnastics.
Give me a
Yeah.
break.
Right. Well, he also said
Frivolous
that
lawsuit.
he also said that Lydia was, quote, well aware of the risk and repeatedly returned to the property and ranch after the incident. So if it was so bad, why'd she come back, kind of thing.
Sure,
But
she signed
they
a
are
waiver as
acknowledging
well.
that the dog did attack her. So also in the lawsuit, and this is really fucked, is that Lydia claims that the same dog, Junior, mauled to death one of Queen Latifah's dogs, and Cesar tried to cover it up by telling his staff to tell the Queen that her dog was run over by a car.
A car with teeth.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is something. Her bites on her legs, claiming that it
Yeah.
ended her gymnastics career, is nothing.
Yeah.
Tell her it was a very toothy, aggressive car.
Right. Don't let her see it. So now Queen
Come
Latifah or her camp can't be reached for comment as she's busy filming her new smash hit, The Equalizer. It is documented that Cesar was a frequent guest on Queen Latifah's talk show and that pit bulls are dangerous beasts. So it adds up if you ask me. But for now, Cesar is denying the Queen Latifah allegations and is basically saying, you know the risks and responsibilities on attack, regardless of what you believe. Re-listen to those stats at the beginning and ask yourself.
He's going to be like, it's my word versus the obvious gold digger's words.
If I were a betting man, where would I put my chips? Lydia's story or Caesar's story? I think I'd probably put it on Lydia's story. I don't know.
So you're saying even Caesar can't control a pit bull from pit bulling?
That's what it appears, doesn't it?
That was the long arc of the story.
Yeah.
Wow. And then somewhere in between, we bashed gymnastics for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fine sport, but come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dog did her a favor.
look, Caesar, those bites didn't end her gymnastics career. I cannot believe that based on the pictures.
Maybe that's
she would
just
have
what
to. She would have to produce much more evidence.
She was out of practice for a long time with those injuries, and she lost her edge.
Yeah, but like Wes, that's like you hurting your finger and then suing someone because it's your lottery finger and you didn't win the lottery because they hurt your finger, right? Like no
That's a
one
little bit
fucking gets to be a pro level gymnast. Sorry, like it's the field just keeps narrowing, lady. Like you were probably out anyway.
Right. I should sue. You know what? I should sue Texas A&M because I hurt my neck playing rugby against them in college, and so because of that, though, it went on, and I would have been.
We all
an
agree the
Olympic
lawsuit
rugby
was
player.
a cash grab, but is it okay for Caesar's dog to bite people in the leg?
No, and that absolutely happened. And he's supposed to be the best trainer in the world.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. And if he killed Queen Latifah's dog,
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
Queen
yeah,
Latifah's dog was evil.
That's a big allegation. I don't know, like her just saying, "Oh, this dog ended my gymnastics career." I
no,
mean,
but look at the pictures.
does nothing.
If a dog is going around biting someone's leg that badly,
Yeah.
then it shouldn't be just allowed to be out in public. That's not okay. And for any breed of dog to cause
Well,
that
it wasn't
type of
in
damage.
public; it was on Caesar's compound.
Mm-hmm.
It was at work, but he was off the leash. The dog had met her before, but I guess this time he decided he wanted to
She
attack
was a
her.
volunteer who probably signed waivers.
Look, I love
I'm
pit
assuming.
bulls. I've spent plenty of time with pit bulls, and I think they're great. But this isn't great for pit bulls.
It's bad for pit bulls.
It's not great
And
for pit
this
bulls.
is pit bull slander. This is
I agree. It looks like she ran through a field a little too fast. That's what the injuries look like.
You think she's a liar? Okay.
Oh no, I think that the
well,
dog.
no, Mark. I think that it's legit that she would have made $1 million in gymnastics.
No. I
Listen,
just
Mark's
I don't
saying
care
that
about
the
that. I
attack
only care
happened
about
regardless.
the attack, whether it happened or not. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah, it probably did.
Yeah.
It did. Look.
She
Yeah,
lacks toughness.
That very vicious attack that left 3 areas of her body with
Deep puncture
with
wounds
bite
and
marks.
lacerations.
I mean, you.
I don't know if I would call any of those lacerations. Looking at the picture, those are bite wounds. Like
you talk to Allie Raceman or Simone Biles about the pain that they're in every day to compete at an elite and professional gymnastics level. This girl in her photos, she's never would have gotten there.
I think they've described it as 7 days a week of practice is like getting like 5 pit bull bites a day.
they
Like,
said that verbatim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
verbatim. Every practice is
handle-
like it's like getting mauled by 3 pit bulls.
So
The wear and tear on your body.
Well, it's interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see if she can really prove any of this shit. It would be interesting. But
You
it
know, I'm
sounds
waiting
right
for
now like
Latifah.
it's.
I want to hear about Queen Latifah's story.
I want to hear what Queen Latifah has to say.
I like
don't
to think
this might be
sometimes-
new to her too. You know.
I like to sometimes to think about like if this girl heard us do 7 minutes on how she's a liar.
I mean, she's got to expect it. She's coming out there with what appears to me to be quite a demanding lawsuit for what the pictures say.
Well,
so she needs to be expecting to get kind of like drugged through the, is this bullshit?
She tried to blackmail him first, basically.
Right.
For $850,000, you better have lost a few toes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Limb
4
loss.
years later, yeah.
Yeah.
Her lawyer surely has warned her that there will be people like us saying this shit.
Yeah. And they
Keep
said,
you
let's go
updated,
for it anyways. All right, cool. Hey, guys. You
Four-
ready to move on? You ready
Four
to move
fat
on?
middle-aged guys are going to be ripping your ass on their internet TV show.
Yep. Got her. Okay. All right. There's a Christian female OnlyFans model who made news a few months ago when she said that God wants her to strip. And before, yeah, right. Okay. And before you call her crazy, take a look at this photo. Maybe she's telling the truth, guys. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
She is stacked.
I'll believe anything she says.
Lordy.
Let's hear her out.
What else did she say?
Yeah, yeah. That's 45-year-old Colorado resident Nita Marie. She's pretty Nita, if you ask me. Nita has 1 million followers, and she's making $2 million a year on OnlyFans. And after taxes and specialty bra orders, she's still taking away a decent haul. It's not a bad year.
Yeah,
but
2 million. Yeah, she's a lot of that's write-offs, Mark, what you just described. So I mean, she's probably getting off on taxes a little bit. We'll see.
I'll tell you who's got injuries is whoever has to stretch the elastic on the bras they make for her. That's probably that's a hand injury. We saw
Dangerous
a leg
job.
injury. That's dangerous.
One of those things snaps. It's like when you're doing one of those giant slingshots, like where the people have to hold it on the side.
Can take an eye out.
Really hurt your hand.
It really would. She claims that her drive to do it is because Christianity has suppressed women's sexuality from the beginning, and that is not what God wants or intended. In fact, he tells her that when she asks him. She said, I asked God if I should continue stripping, and the answer is always yes. And I don't know if it's possible that God could be a username, but I think she's talking about God. It might be a teenager sending her messages as God on OnlyFans. He's like, and I'm going to need access to the VIP tier for free, my child. I don't have any credit cards per se, but I did create that ass.
Yeah, this is weird, but sometimes I like to check in on my work, see how it's aging.
Yeah. Grants me access.
Yeah, those boobs are a testament that God doesn't want this to be,
Right. Yeah.
His
Why do they
divine
exist
works.
then?
I think she's referring to like
marijuana.
Good point. I think she's referring to before like they sinned in the Garden of Eden. They didn't realize they had to cover up. So like there was no fig leaves until there was sin because people didn't they didn't lust after each other.
She's catching a lot of flack from the community. Well, she's an avid Christian churchgoer, but she's getting some flack from some Christians.
I think her interpretation of that part of the Bible she's talking about may not line up with all of her fellow Christians.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't seem like it, but she's writing a book. She's trying to change things. She's writing a book on religion and women's sexuality that comes out in 2022 that I'm probably going to pick up so I can update you all on this story for journalism. It's like doing it's like doing homework you stop in the middle of and jerk off to.
Is that a picture book?
Oh wow, this homework is so good today. Oh,
I hope it's a pop-up book.
I'll get the book and let you know. But there is an even more recent update on Nita than the information we failed to give you from a few months ago. It turns out, and I don't know if this is just because he's so proud of the work she's doing, and it just started, or if she failed to mention this in request for interviews back in August, but God is doing a little more than talking to Nita these days.
What's he doing to her?
Well, now look, I know what some of you are thinking, that this is completely sacrilegious, and she's barely better than that priest who had a threesome on top of the altar in his church with the 2 satanic-themed prostitutes. Remember this guy?
Yeah, that was great.
One of those ladies follows Kate. I think they DM.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we follow one of those ladies, the one on the right. And
she's an influencer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd
You
say.
can hire her. She sure is an influencer. Yeah, you'd say, oh, it's sacrilegious. She's no better than the priest. And here's what I'd say. Hold on. Let's hear her out. I'd say, let's give Nita the benefit of the doubt.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're popping up some
Let's hear what
nice
she has
picks.
to say. Before you get too
Nita is what you
too
describe as buxom.
Quiet down.
You'd
Yeah.
say.
Before you get too buxom, why don't you just listen to what she has to say?
Quiet down. Neville.
Nita is saying that God is giving her some pretty intense orgasms in the bedroom these days with her husband in what sounds like one hell of a threesome, no pun intended.
Huh.
But God isn't pulling a Zeus and turning into all sorts of different animals and physically fucking her, or whatever slick moves Zeus was pulling to sneak past Hera's watchful eye. Oh, I'm a friendly white bull. Come and lay with me, mortal. Bam! I'm actually Zeus. Now take that deity dick. No, that's not what she's saying.
That literally
She's not-
was Zeus's move, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, he was the white bull. He was the eagle. He was a heifer, a cow. He was rain at one point. That he just was raindrops that turned into whatever Hera couldn't see. He was. But no, Nita is being spiritually fucked by God after she says a prayer to invite him into the bedroom to do what it sounds like her husband might need some help with, and that's getting Nita to Squida.
Okay. So she's saying that the prayer leads to
Good sex, great sex, the best sex, intense orgasms.
Is it possible the prayer just makes it more taboo?
He is.
And that's hot.
No, she thinks he's joining spiritually. Nita says she invites God to be a part of their lovemaking. It's then up to God's power to bring forth great sex and heavenly orgasms.
Oh, nice.
But don't worry, everyone. She's not, she knows God's busy, so she doesn't want to take up all of his time. She says, I don't pray for him to come in and spiritually join the threesome every time I have sex with my husband, just about twice a week when I want to have an orgasm. She's
that's considerate.
Yeah, it's considered for her, not for her husband. Her husband thought he was putting in work when she was saying, oh God, but turns out it might have just been God, unfortunately for him.
Actually, now he knows when she prays, he's grabbing a Roman swipe or something, and he's like, all right, I really got to give a good performance this time. So
yeah, he can't let her and God down. The husband.
What are you doing, praying in there?
It's been a long day.
Did I just hear you hit your knees, honey?
Yeah, he's gonna need to pep it up for the.
He is.
He's on the main stage.
The husband's identity has been protected by Nita for family privacy, but too many people know about God. And if you're getting screwed by God, you just don't keep that to yourself, I guess. So another red flag for the husband is how she's bragging about how God's giving her orgasms, but won't even say the guy's name.
If you're enjoying it though,
it's tough.
If he's enjoying it though, I wouldn't argue with it if I was him.
You want to get jealous of God?
Yeah, I mean, like, who is he to complain,
Whatever.
right?
Yeah. Sounds good, honey.
Whatever.
Yeah. Can I take a nap? Yeah. So $2 million a year for Nita. We'll get you some more updates.
$2
on it.
million.
Maybe we'll ask Nita if she wants to come on the show. Who knows?
Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's do that. And look, guys, Will kind of already hinted at it, but we're not getting any younger, right? I'm mere years away from my wife inviting God into the bed, hopefully spiritually only. But I found a company for men's health that might help me reverse time. I'm talking about Roman.
Yes.
Right? Go to getroman.com/hardfactor now to talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. Roman Ready equals confidence. The confidence that you know you can rise to the occasion of the moment. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan if medication is appropriate. It ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/hardfactor and complete an online visit. They offer all sorts of men's health treatments as well, including treatments for hair loss, testosterone support, and premature ejaculation. Take care of your ED without leaving your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/hardfactor today, and if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment.
Ooh. All right. Well, y'all, every year, U.S. businesses waste over $400 billion. That's $400 billion because bad writing causes confusion, misses the mark, or just takes too long to get to the point. I know this is true, especially if I'm a little tired, feeling a little weird. My writing tends to suffer. I can only imagine what it's like for a copywriter or someone who's having to crank, good writing out every day. I wouldn't know. But that's why WordTune's around, guys. WordTune is friggin' awesome. We've been getting DMs about it all week. What does WordTune do? It's pretty simple. You install WordTune, you highlight a sentence, and WordTune will give you options that are better than the sentence that you wrote. So if you're ever in that position where you're like writing an email and you're like, does this sound weird? Does this sound dumb? Man, this is an important email. Well, you'll be glad that you have WordTune, right? Essentially, it can apply to any internet-based anything you open your browser, pretty much, and it's fantastic. And there's WordTune for businesses now, guys, and this is really huge because you can get what's the percentage off? I always lose the percentage.
50% off.
I got so stoked. You get 50% off Teams, right? Yeah. So you and your crew are WordTuning as a team. You guys are in Slack. You guys are in Outlook. You're in WhatsApp.
It's crushing it. Every single email is perfect.
You can WordTune. I honestly use this product all the time. It's absolutely fantastic. We're a team that uses this product. We use it to write headlines. And you guys can get 50. That's why I couldn't read it right. I was like 50% off. That's insane. Oh, man. 50% off WordTune for Teams. If you go to wordtune.com/hard factor. If you want to see the benefit of WordTune, you can try WordTune for free at wordtune.com/hard factor. But this 50% discount is only available for limited time only, and only available for teams. So get some teams together. You might never see a discount like this again. You can start writing better right away. 50% off. It's wordtune.com/hard factor.
It is.
Get in there.
Mm-mm.
Get in there. Get in there.
Time for the TikTok International Moment.
You're damn right. Let's go.
All right, guys.
We're going to Korea.
We're going to Korea. We're going to Korea. We're going to both. Well, yeah, all the Koreas. On Monday, U.S. military officials made public that they have successfully tested an air-breathing hypersonic missile capable of speeds faster than 5 times the speed of sound. Damn. Coincidentally, one day later, the Hermit Kingdom of North Korea announced that they also have successfully tested a hypersonic missile, and it's also super fast, maybe even faster, according to the announcement from the North Korean press agency, which was delivered via yelling through an analog microphone pointed in the direction of South Korea. Yeah.
Okay. So they do this a lot. What's the
It's called dick riding.
Yes. Dick measuring, right?
Sack riding. It's called checking in with Ronaldo, if you're Pat. Really exploring the space. Yeah. So, it's essentially whatever we do, they do. It's like a one-up kid. It's like a kid who can't let the other kid have a special anything, right? Like he brings in a show and tell. It's a picture of his dad hanging out with, I don't know, his favorite Yankee, Bernie Williams, and some kid raises his hand and goes, my dad is George Steinbrenner, and he's lying, right? Kind of like how North Korea is lying here.
You think that's a bad pit bull bite? Look at this pit bull bite.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think they've got this missile, Pat?
I don't know, bro. I hope not. In the same press release, North Korea denied the rumors that their fruits and vegetables grow hollow and clarified that their supreme leader, Kim Jong-un, is in fact the tallest man in North Korea, and photos that show the contrary are optical illusions. Something's wrong with the camera. Yeah.
That's a fact they stick to?
They stick to that, yeah. Wow. Take a bite of an apple over there. It's not very satisfying. A South Korean man is claiming he gets over 4,000 calls a day after his phone number was used on the new hit Netflix series Squid Game, which is about a deadly survival game based on kids' games.
Yeah, people have been going nuts about Squid Game.
I want to check it out.
It's like Battle Royale meets Lord of the Flies meets like Hunger Games style. Definitely R-rated, mature-themed, good stuff.
Netflix is saying it could be a smash.
Old boy style, yeah.
And in episode 1 of the show, business cards containing an 8-digit number. This gets contestants in the show involved with the survival game. Anyway, these cards are given to multiple characters. And on the card, I guess, was this guy's number. A guy from Gyeonggi province.
Oh,
and
no.
They don't have laws against that like they do in America? Isn't that why they used to have 555?
That's why they have 555.
8675309.
Jenny. I think that was before the law, and partly why there is a law now. But mostly it's just a plumbing company that has 8675309. They make lemons out of lemonade, but not for this guy. He's in Zhejiang province, and he's been fielding 4,000 calls a day, specifically from children that want to be in the game and don't know that it's fake. When the story broke in South Korea, Hung Kyung-young, a presidential hopeful for the National Revolution Party, posted on Facebook saying, I heard that the owner of the phone number showed on the business card in Squid Game is suffering serious damages from prank calls. I would like to buy the number for 100 million won, which is 85K US
that's
dollars.
nice. That's still good.
It's pretty good. Right, cool. But I don't know, guys. At first, you might think, oh, okay, I guess I could see that.
Wes was willing to listen to his daughter have sex for a lot less than that.
Right, and it
true.
wasn't even part of the deal.
That's
When
6
you add it
months
up,
of it.
when you add it up, it
4
gets,
months,
it
5
gets
months of it.
higher.
Right.
13 years times
Half a
16
year.
grand is
Half a
pretty
year
good.
was listening to that for that amount.
I know. Anyway, as you
Lot of
might
money.
think, okay, I guess I could see that number, being appealing for a dark horse presidential candidate to have, right? Until you Google voting age in Korea and realize that this weirdo offered almost 6 figures for access to an endless stream of inbound calls from gullible Korean kids. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I want to look into that guy.
Does he want to do his own Squid Games, or is it?
No, he just wants the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I have the number, I'm getting rid of it. No questions asked. But
Right. Why does he want it?
Why wouldn't he pay? Yeah, is he paying for it to be decommissioned, or
maybe he just loves Squid
It's
Games.
good. It's good publicity for him to be the guy that bought that number too. I mean, it's like his
He's
name gets
getting in
out
the news,
there.
Yeah. Hello. Are you an eligible voter? Perfect. You're not. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
He might
I
not
think
be a
it's just the
predator.
publicity
Yeah.
What's
I mean,
the
if you've seen
publicity?
this, if you've
that
seen
he's in the
Squid-
news for this.
He's buying it. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
If you've
a
seen
little
the Squid
pervy.
Games, you really don't want to have that phone number.
I haven't seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Great.
A Brazilian public prosecutor is under investigation after she was accused of publishing Nazi propaganda photos on Facebook. Yeah. Mayra Olympia Ribeiro Pacquiao. She published 7 photos on her personal Facebook account, including Nazi posters, swastikas, messages in support of Adolf Hitler. And
Wow.
not good.
She knows he's dead, right?
Hitler, yeah, she knows. Maybe, I don't know. She made these posts back in 2016, but they're just now getting publicized. Ribeiro Pacquiao is a self-described member of Jair Bolsonaro's digital militia, which is maybe why they're being dug up. She works for Brazilian high courts, though, coordinating legal proceedings. And the posts are deeply offensive and disappointing, especially since Ribeiro Pacquiao works in the country's judicial system and comes from a long line of Brazilian public servants. I mean, I'm just glad that her father and former director of the civil police, Hitler Mussolini Domingues Pacquiao, isn't alive to see this, because he would be really, really upset.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys
That's
remember
his
this
real
meme?
name.
Wow.
You guys remember this meme from the internet?
Yeah.
Yep, that's his daughter. Who would have guessed it? Hitler Mussolini was her dad's name.
Some hardcore neo-Nazis.
Yeah, he passed away back in 2019.
He
So
changed his name.
there you go. Hitler.
No, he was born that. Was it? Did his father name him that? His parents named him Hitler Mussolini?
It's the perfect cover for a neo-Nazi is to say you were born this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. But
What did you want me to do?
That was his name.
Well, that's tough. That sounds like they've got quite a bit of neo-Nazism going on down there. If it's,
Isn't was it Argentina or Brazil where they said all the Nazis were hiding?
They went to both.
Argentina, right?
They went to
Yeah.
both. One of the most notorious Nazis ended up in Brazil.
I feel like that's not hiding though. Naming your kid Hitler Mussolini.
No, that's
No.
pretty open. That's
That's not really hiding. Yeah.
Hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when Southerners name their kids Jefferson Davis.
Right. Just like the name.
or Paisley.
Yeah, drawing a line in the sand is
Robert. Let's have his middle name just be E. Robert, you like Robert?
He was a great man.
Don't need any more letters than that. Just
yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. As I said earlier in the show, if you remember the Patreon, I'll be posting a little info for the trivia this Friday evening. If you want to get in on trivia, simple, patreon.com/hardfactor, and send in the car. Send in the car tier. That's the top tier. It's a premium tier. It's the gas that you want to put in your car, right, to send it in. So do that. Buy some merch. Honestly, I want to talk about this. You might not be in the Patreon. That's fine. Most of our listeners aren't. You know, Patreon's top 10% of our listenership, right? Most of you guys aren't. But that doesn't mean that the Half a Pack with Wes shirt I designed doesn't fuck any less hard, that you haven't heard Half a Pack with Wes. Because this is just, I mean, like, I'm peaking as an artist right now. Like, I am really entering my renaissance period. And Wes was hounding me, thinking I was going to turn some dog shit ass design. When's that design coming out that's based on me?
Design.
And I just blew his ass away. And
you know what else it doesn't necessarily mean? It doesn't necessarily mean you're not acting like a tiz on the weekends, and you could probably just wear your tiz tank or your tiz shirt. You know?
Yep, you could tiz out. There's nothing better than someone looking at you and saying, "Isn't it Taz?" It's just it'll make your whole fucking day. So
or just buy a logo shirt that just says Hard Factor.
Yeah, just buy a Hard Factor logo shirt. Tell a friend about Hard Factor. Wake up with us, cheat on the news with us, and have a great fucking day.
Hardfactor.com. Patreon.com/hardfactor.